Talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary.
Thank you very much. Share this broadcast, like I said. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, it's like a two-edged sword or title, okay? The first one is, As Olaiya Igwe Gone Mad? That's a big one, isn't it? Also, if you know the terrorist leader called Bello Turuji, he just dropped another one and hints that also corroborates what we all know just before now. So share the broadcast. Hey. Yeah. Thank you.
Facebook. And yes, we like you. Lórí YouTube. And yes, we like you. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. And yes, we like you. Díjọ́ ìgbádìyẹ. And yes, we like you.
Ebun, Oloyede, Olaiya Igwe, mo wá pè ẹ́, mo wá sádìẹ, a kì í rí di òkun, a kì í rí di ọ̀sà, a kì í rí di ọmọ onígèlègèlè, Ọlọ́run ọba o, torí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu mo ṣe wá pè ẹ́, Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, jẹ́ kó jáwé olúborí Ọlọ́run, bá wa gbé dépò, mo dìdí wá sí òkun láti wá bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún ìwọ Ọlọ́run ọba aláàánú jùlọ, bí omi òkun yìí ṣe pọ̀ tó, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí ìwọ Bọ́lá Ahmed ṣe pọ̀, bí omi òkun yìí ṣe pọ̀ tó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí ìbò Bọ́lá Ahmed ṣe pọ̀, má jẹ́ kójú ti wá, má jẹ́ kójú ti àkànbí ọmọ olódò jẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Jagaban, òun ni kò jẹ́ ó jáwé olúborí kó di president orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìyà tó ń jẹ wá ìwọ Ọlọ́run wá ká gbogbo ìyà yìí kúrò. Mo dì í dìwà, mi ò lè sùn mọ́jú, mi ò lè sùn mọ́jú, mi ò lè sùn, mi ò lè wó.
That's the Yoruba actor. I'm sorry, I couldn't really give you the entire picture. I have to, sort of see how much I could, sort of blur the video so that we are not going to violate any of these platforms' rules, as they call them. That Olaiya Igwe chose to display his own support and loyalty, or whatever you want to call it, or express his own level of support he has for Tinubu to the point of going naked. That is his own choice. But you see, this broadcast tonight is not about Olaiya Igwe that decided to go naked in this 2022, where you have a social media that never forgets. But this broadcast is not about him going naked. It is about many, many others who are wearing clothes right now, but they are already naked for these demagogues. And why? In 2015, or should I give you a bit of a background of the type of poverty or poverties? You probably haven't heard that before, have you? Poverty or poverties. Just like in Nigeria, there is no one Nigeria. You have many Nigerias, not Nigerians, oh, Nigerias, many Nigerias. Same thing you do when it comes to poverty in Nigeria. You need to understand it, because poverty is not always the lack of money. Poverty is always not the lack of the basic things like millions of people. 133 million Nigerians are currently struggling in. When I went to research what is the meaning of poverty, I realized that poverty naturally is Nigeria. Everything they defined in that poverty, like everything they said defined poverty, when I look at Nigeria, that's what I see. What are they? They say, if you don't have access in this 21st century, if you don't have access to quality education, if you don't have access to quality healthcare, if you don't have access to, well, stable electricity in this 21st century, if you don't have access to a stable, reliable, as of today, what do you call it? Communication system like internet. If you lack all these things, or they are so poor, then you are poor, even if you have money. And that's exactly what will make me explain this to you today. The type of poverty you have in Nigeria is by level. Your politicians who continue to steal. I mean, ask yourselves, right? In a country of 133 million poor people, multidimensionally poor people, you have some characters who are comfortable. I mean, like Nomado, to withdraw public fund, bag them, and lock them up in some houses or underground cellars and the rest. Like, if that is not mental, you know what I mean? But when I figured it, what I figured out is that we have poverty of lack, you don't have, which is common. Then you also have the poverty of the mind. Now, you see, this poverty of the mind works in different ways. One, I'm starting from the bigger ones, so your politicians, the thieves, who have made it their career, their lifelong career, including those of you who are queuing right now to take your turn. You are poor, you are poor in the mind. Majority of you, even when you say, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, but that's exactly not what you are going to be, because that's not what you actually mean. So in the long run, look at your politicians. They steal money that is meant for building and funding, or let me say running a good standard medical system that will serve not just them, not just you, it will serve them too. But they choose to steal the money and take it outside Nigeria, because according to them, it is their opportunity to also buy comfortable lives for their own people, comfortable lives for their own loved ones, just like the people before them too. And that motivation of, if I don't have access to this free money again, I mean, I don't want to be poor again. I don't want to be poor again. in the process of them not wanting to be poor again, yeah, their poverty mind suggested that to be safer, they have to steal enough that they can pay foreign doctors that will take care of them, forgetting the, the distance of having to pay for foreign medical care or building a standard medical care that will serve them and serve everyone among them. But because they are poor, when they steal the money, they have to show that they have stolen the money. Now they are politicians. Oh, he is now a councillor. Oh, they just made it. I mean, he just won an election. He's now House of Rep member. Is this, is that, to show it back to you. So they have to use that fund, right, to buy the most expensive automobiles, cars, to be driven on terrible, unmotorable roads. They loot the money to build themselves palatial mansions, as they call them, luxurious mansions. And they build so much luxury just to show to you that they are now better off. They are not poor anymore. But when you look around them, when they do that, when you look around them, you see the horde of poor people that have become poorer because of them. Poverty of the mind. And that is the most, or let me say the saddest one, because you can ask yourselves, when they say somebody stole 100 billion naira, and that 100 billion naira is no longer in your system, it is somewhere else. And you ask, how poor can someone be to have access to 100 billion naira and then bury it somewhere? How mad can someone be? So in the process, everybody have to live in the jungle, whether you are rich, whether you are poor. The second stage of poverty are the people who are really hardworking. I don't think there are less, I don't think there are anywhere or there are any other people in any part of the world that are more hardworking than a real hardworking, typical hardworking Nigerian. I don't think there's anywhere in the world that you say, no, when we are talking about people where they work, no, they touch you will see jackals. People that have names like Akilakpa, people who have brains. But because the criminally minded people, poor people that you call leaders, poorly minded people, selfish, greedy, poor people with money. You know what I mean? Poor people with money and power. They have no idea what they will do with it, other than just to say, how much money do I have now? How much do I have saved somewhere? How much do I have stashed somewhere? That is the bragging right of theirs. While the schools continue to shun out unemployable, unemployed graduates, and at the same time continue to widen the basket of the unemployed, the army of unemployed that could form up to 4 or 5 countries in Africa. If you pack all the unemployed in Nigeria and start putting them in different countries by population in Africa, they will feel like about 4 to 5 countries. Full, all of them. They will appoint representative governors among themselves. Unemployed people in Nigeria. How? Why? Because you have poorly minded criminals who believe that the world revolves around them, and therefore all of you can go to blazes. Now you are working so hard. The remuneration for your work as already, it's like when somebody said something here last night, said, if you are a Nigerian, tell yourself this truth, okay? And your name or second name is not Tinubu or Obasanjo, Buhari, Danjuma, or the rest of those guys like that. I mean, if your second name is none of them, definitely. And you don't have one of those Dangotes or $10 and some other small money bags around that were your parents who probably put a silver spoon into your mouth as you were born. As a typical Nigerian from Nigeria, born and raised in Nigeria, by the time you turn 18, you will realize that the world is leading you by almost a 4-0. education they gave to you, this type of what do you call it? The type of grooming they gave to us, we call them upbringing that they gave to us, the bullish one, the one that conditioned us never to ask questions, even when we see something going so wrong. Do you understand? It is type of a social conditioning they gave them to us to prepare us, to make us a little bit, prepare us to be that slave that we dare not bold enough to ask questions, even when things are going wrong. Then they put us in schools. Okay, that is one. No. Number two, they put you through school. The education system itself is already adulterated, already rigged against you. It's not actually to get you to be able to stand on your 2 feet as a citizen in the future in Nigeria. It is actually to prepare you on how to live and obey a zombie pursue and go and push and go sort of conditioning. You understand? Education they give to us. Then the third one, when you now turn 18, then you realize that everything you have been told when you are younger, as a young kid in Nigeria, almost 100% of them are lies. Now you have to figure it out. And in that state of confusion, meanwhile, remember you have been groomed for something you have no idea of. It will start happening and you start finding yourself in this kind of different camps here and there, all of them rigged against you, to confuse you. That's Nigeria. Then finally, you probably want to stand on your own and be able to fend for yourself. Then you realize that you have limited opportunity. In fact, you are many fighting for the same thing that they deliberately stifled. Limited opportunity. So by the time you manage to get to realize all of this, now it will be down on you that what should you do? This is the reality. Do you really want to live like this or you want to live better? Then you figure it out. Maybe you can equalize, getting self-trained, because they say life is experience. Experience is the best teacher, right? Then maybe get some education, better one. Sometimes maybe travel. As they say, traveling is the best education. Yes, I believe it exposes you. It sort of widen and open your eyes to those who want to. So as a typical Nigerian, the world is leading you about 3 to 4-0. How do you equalize? How do you get close? Some people they never get closer. Some people never equalize. Some people die trying. Many of us are going to die trying too. Like they say in Yoruba, ọmọ tó ní bàbá òun ò là, tó ní màmá òun ò lówó lọ́wọ́. Ẹnu ẹni wọ́n náà wà yẹn. The pikin wey talk saying papa no make am, in mama no make am. Now you don't grow up now. Now you will see how or why your papa or your mama no make am too, because the system is rigged against you. This is where people who have talents, people who are gifted, that are standing on their own all over the world. Talents bring people out. And if you come from a place where your talent, in a way, is undervalued, is so undervalued, that means whatever you get in return is also going to decide or determine what kind of life are you going to have access to. Now, are we going to pretend that many of us didn't grow up watching some of the actors and actresses in Nigeria acting different roles like being rich, wealthy, comfortable, being legal luminaries, people who are interpreting this or that, this role and that role. So many of us grew up idolizing some of these characters. But when we grew up, we realized that save for the talent and the known faces and names, the value, the return of effort, the return of that hard work has been so paltry that at the end of the day, like everyone else, they have to end up looking for a godfather or godfathers or anything or anybody that they can call a patron, matron, people who can fund some of the lifestyle that they have projected in their movies, that they are actually going through hell in real life. So are we going to pretend that we didn't know that? Okay, I am saying all of this to you to make you understand that what made Olaiya Igwe to go naked is beyond trying to prove that he is the most this or that. There are many, many people that, if not for one thing or another, they will go naked too. You don't know why. I'll tell you. A rigged system that undervalued our citizens, and the citizens themselves have no idea what they are worth. You know, if you don't know your worth, there's no point in getting angry for whatever you are offered. You know that. That's one thing I have learned too. You must know your worth. If you don't, whatever anybody offered you, that's what you have to take. Don't be offended. You have people who have contributed years, decades, their youth, the likes of Olaiya Igwe. Let me put Olaiya Igwe as actors, and let's put them aside. I'm going to come back to him. Do you know how many people who are also like a trained professionals, who have one way or the other felt like maybe this wasn't their right call or their real calling, after seeing what the best politicians have made of the noble professions that some of them actually really, really value. Take a look at the teaching profession. Take a look at the medical profession, right? Take a look at these two. How vital and important and so crucial to our growth as a people. And how much politicians have done to stifle those sectors for years, for decades, deliberately. And the professionals in that sector and in those sectors, is either they have, get accustomed to the standard that the politicians want them to actually live, right? Or some of them just left the whole profession entirely. I'm not going to be a teacher and be living like a pauper. I've had people who have said that and they left it completely. Now, the end result of all of this is what you are now getting today. The quack here, quack there. But now let's come back to the particular sector that actually can turn you, even though you are not poor. You can still feed you. You can send your children to school. Some of you can even go on holidays. Yes, you are comfortable enough. As bad as Nigeria is, you are comfortable enough to take your family out on vacation outside Nigeria. I mean, you could do that. So we can categorize you as a poor person. But now let me tell you something. There are many, many of you who don't understand how a rigged system can take you down, even if you tend to have everything that could possibly insure you, like your own insurance. You know what I mean? A rigged system which has taken away education, destroyed healthcare system, right? Now, the healthcare system is something that the effect of its destruction poses a great danger. I'm serious about this. So, a great danger to so many of you who currently feels like even if Nigeria turn worse and worse, if it touch me. Because you know what? The basic things that make people go seriously mad and act so mad beyond anything, the one you call poverty. They want to feed. They want to pay their rent. They need a house over there, right? They want to pay the school fees for their children, for those who have. Abi? And in most cases, this is all they wanted. Be able to feed themselves. These are basics, Abi. Extra is where you say, okay, I want to help people. I want to give to others. And the rest, that's as if you have extra. So many of you are able to do all of this comfortably and you have extra for other people. You know why? Because there is any health care, any health problem that you have right now, they are basic, Abi. We took my daughter to the private hospital yesterday, man. You know how much we spent? Over 250,000 naira. And we still have to go and do some scan and all of that for the boy. She's getting better now. And that's it. It's 250,000 naira. You just spend that. That is something that somebody is going to ask Bambi Allah on social media for. So you are not poor, Abi. But I'll tell you something today. You see that rotten healthcare system that the Nigerian criminal politicians abandoned. The danger it poses is this. For those who abandoned the system, they have the money, okay? And somehow, they have entrusted their healthcare, serious one. They say serious one, to this healthcare system or health system in another country. So they could fly down. Some of them have private jets. They are rich enough. Sure you get. Some of them will make it to that abroad when they have emergency. Because by the time they get to those private hospitals or this private that and the rest, and things don't go their way, in a way, it will be too late. Because they won't be able to go to where they usually go to get that healthcare. Abi? But you see, for you, we know they get government money. You are not a government contractor. You are not somebody who is being paid a slush fund. You are not a money launderer for them. But somehow, you are just an hardworking person who have no idea how country works or how economy works, how policy and politics works, and politicians as well implicate everybody through dubious criminal policies that can kill your business, kill everything you have, and kill you too. Now, back to that healthcare. Many of you watching me right now in the category of I can afford it. I can pay 50,000 naira emergency healthcare. I can pay 200,000 naira. You are just one terrible sickness away from becoming very, very, very poor. I have seen evidence of that. And some of them, if they still have a chance of seeing me, they will be nodding their head right now. Some of you are already going broke right now. You know why? Because you have to cough out huge amount of money to pay for that little piece you have right now in your health. You are paying through your nose. It's depleting your resources. Some of you are considering selling that your precious life held properties in order to pay for these medical bills. So if I tell you that what Nigeria, the danger they have posed is that even if you are working, even if you are very hardworking, you don't belong to those who are taking free money, but you support these criminals because you have no idea. Fine, you are working, but you are feeling the brunt. You are feeling the heat, but you are pointing the finger somewhere else because somehow, you are still adjusting. But let me tell you something tonight. This is not a prophecy, okay? This is a gradual progression into that basket of multidimensional poverty, which already you are living in, but you are surviving in right now, but you are not far away from walking naked for your own beloved politician or beloved benefactor. Anybody that is going to come to your aid when everything is about to close down, you may end up having to walk naked for them. But people who have been actors. In 2015, Jide Kosoko, Yoruba Knowledge, Igbo Knowledge, they selected themselves. Some endorsed Goodluck Egberejo Lantern of PDP. But the top shots of Yoruba actors, they endorsed Bokwari, APC, Egbekegbe. Everywhere you go and they say that elections have consequences. Now, what did they talk be this? So, for some of you are currently saying, Mayegun, by February, God will shame you. Asiwaju is going to be the president of Nigeria. You will see what will happen. I said, congratulations in advance. 8 years ago, 2014, it was almost the same thing, even madder than this, ladies and gentlemen. In 2012, during the subsidy protests, to give it credibility And in fact, to get some of you to even come out and see your favorite actors and actresses, Ojota became the center stage. Guess those who are donning the stage all the time at the time. Our favorite actors and actresses then, Jide Kosoko and others. Don't be say bad though. Listen, all over the world, actors, actresses, they sort of take side, political side. Some of them are. In fact, if you go to America, you will see them, actors, actresses, they are Democrats, Republicans, and listen, they hold the value of what those parties represent. They will say, oh, who are the Republicans? They are this. Oh, you are actually, you are Republican. I don't like you. Oh, I'm a Democrat. I don't like you. You are you know, what's the policy? What are the policies? You know, the people join them based on the ideologies behind them. Sure, you get. In Nigeria, they joined because of the survival from the trenches, which nobody is living. Remember what is described as poverty? In Nigeria, if you want to prove that you are well off, you are better off, okay? You will provide your own electricity. You will provide your own water. You will drill your own borehole. You will provide your own house. You will build your own house from scratch, okay? Then you will provide your own security by fencing your house for security and putting burglary proof all over your windows everywhere for your own security. Then after that, you will start paying money for, you start paying taxes on security, taxes for water. You start paying electricity bill. You start paying all the money for things you have provided by yourself. And they say an average Nigerian is a local government chairman. That's how to show that you are better off if you are in Nigeria, okay? Others, all of us, we live in face me, I slap you, or this 4x4 one bedroom, kitchen, toilet, bathroom, and the rest of them apartment. We call them self-contained. So you do as you know. So you get, even when you get your small self-contained, to prove that you are better than your neighbor, you have to buy a Tiger generator. You provide your own electricity. That's what makes you a Nigerian. So Americans, British, Germans, all these people all over the world, when you see actors and they say they are supporting this political party or that political party, they are supporting them because of what those political parties stands for. What exactly do you think APC, Egbekegbe, stand for? In Nigeria, actors and actresses, only few of them, because I'm not going to say totally, okay? Let's be fair. There are many of them who just support these people because they support these political parties because of the people they just see there. I don't know, maybe that is even right. Go through, Jare. All of them support them because of waiting then go get from them. Sure you get, or they support them because waiting them hope to get from them. No be any ideology. No ideology, no nothing. No. Because if it was ideology, APC, Egbekegbe campaigned that they will make your per liter petrol 40 naira to a liter. And they were going to build you one refinery every year. Abinobi, so they were going to make your dollar, make your naira equal to the dollar, 1-1. So let's say that was the ideology. They were going to give you state police. They are going to stop Boko Haram. They are going to all of that stuff, Abi. But the ones you remember, let's say those are the things they told the Yoruba actors and the Igbo actors that endorsed the Boko Haram in 2015. Let's say that's the ideology. 3 years after 2012, APC, Egbekegbe, took over power in Nigeria. And I remember, Jonathan must go. Jonathan must go. In fact, for some of you who probably don't know, Rose did the recording sometimes in 2015. at Chatham House in London. I just want to show you the tension. Oh, I'm coming back to the actors and actresses now, and how much this poverty. They are just the poster example that you can just take actors and actresses and take them away and put yourself in there and see if you fit into any of this description and see how much of self-destruction you are doing to yourself. You think you are doing me? Tinubu will be your president 2023. Now you're president. Bokwari is your president right now. You know what that means, In 2015, the tension was so high. APC, if I want to change life, change. In London, oh, some of the people who did this video today, they are the people I call the Mumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the Abrodian Buhari Diderins. Some of them today, they are the Awalokons. Look at their faces. That's the tension. Oh, they will take it on after.
Moscow! Jonathan 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 Moscow!
The APC demonstration is getting heated up. Let us find out what the PDPs are saying. But to tell you the truth, I am not really happy about this because it's like, you know, disgracing ourselves somewhat. You know, I don't know. So your son is voting for Buhari? My son. I can feel any fire in the other town.
That was 2015. For some of you probably don't remember that. That was a long time ago. And let us all more now fire for fire. Igwe causes every day. Whatever you are seeing right now, I don't even think they are like that 2015. The tension was everywhere just to get Bokwari in. Now Bokwari came in. Are you with me? Boko Haram transformed and expanded, opened different branches. Not just that, Fulani terrorists also had investment. They also have investment right now in Nigeria. Turned Nigeria into a multi-billion dollars kidnapping empire. Sure you get, right? And this your petrol subsidy and the rest of them, now you pay times 8. Times, what am I saying? Times 10 from 200 billion, 400 billion a year to over 4 trillion now. So times 10. And you are now paying times 3 for the per liter of petroleum. You are paying times 10 in subsidy. Your government is paying times 10 subsidy. And at the same time, you are paying times 3 what you were paying back then when you had the Yoruba actors and actresses and the Igbo actors and actresses who endorsed these criminals. But that's actually, like I said, it's not just about that. Immediately after 2015, when APC, Egbe came in, everything started taking the different turn. Nigeria started breaking apart gradually. The basket of the poor people, the poverty in Nigeria started spreading. So is the violence. And so is the underdevelopment too. Remember the part of the healthcare. I remember how many Yoruba senior actors, you call them veterans, You remember Fadeyi Oloro? You remember Baba Suwe? Baba Suwe, man. Baba Suwe was like even more, you know Baba Suwe very well, right? It was like everything Tinubu since 1999. People like us grew up watching him, and he will be bragging that Tinubu is his junior brother. It's my younger brother. Bola, I mean, Aburo Mini. That was to tell you how much familiarity some of them have always been pushing. And to that, publicly, Baba Suwe is enjoying that vibe like that. He had money, I believe. Voila happened. He got cleared, caught freedom. Then he got sick. There was no real health care service in Lagos, the entire Lagos state, where Baba Suwe lived all his life. Abi, to take care of him. Maybe there was, but there was no money, enough money. Or maybe there was money, but he ran out of money. Then what happened? It's simply because if he had the opportunity, like Olaiya Igwe, Baba Suwe may actually be the first to walk naked. The last time somebody got offended that Igwe, Olaiya was endorsing Tinubu, he said the story, said, I was almost dead. This is a veteran, somebody who been a veteran actor. Sorry, I had to bring this video back, okay? Somebody should help me do some interpretation in the comments if you can. I'll do my best to, give you the whole summary. But watch, listen, just a reminder. And this will give you the clearer picture of what I have been saying, that they might look like they are all right. Every one of them is afraid and scared of this poverty, even though they pretend to be away from it, but they are not. They live on the life patronage of their patrons. And for those of us who know better, I'm going to come back and tell you why. The Nigerian male actors are always poor. And they would rather become beggars, praise singers, or ass lickers for politicians, even if they disagree with them. As long as it's going to bring some crumbs, that will guarantee that they are going to live for another day. Igwe owes his life to Tinubu. I just never thought he's going to walk naked. I never imagined that. His story, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Wait. So my I must sincere with you. Mo record ẹni o torí ńgbà tí wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi, èmi náà ti ready ẹ, mo record ẹ gangan ni. So ti ẹ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ mo ń gbọ́ dáadáa. Now dúró ná. Ńgbà tó níṣẹ́ mi ò tó mi jẹ, mo tọrọ owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Ọjọ́ wo ni mo wá sí America tó fún mi ní nǹkan. Tí má dágbére fún ẹ pé mo fẹ́ padà s'Èkó. So máa ń gbé fóònù mi mọ́. Oya wa dúró, ìwọ wa ń bú, let me tell you kí n bẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ìwọ wa ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi àtàwọn ọ̀gá tèmi pé à ń polówó Tinubu. Jọ tá bá polówó Tinubu kí ló kàn ẹ́. So di ẹ ṣé Àtíkù ní kí n lọ polówó. Ṣé Hausa lè ní. Àwọn Hausa kan wà tán tẹ̀lé Tinubu. Fine. Wọ́n ti rí wípé good aspirant òun ní Tinubu lọ́ ṣe tẹ̀lé. Let me tell you. So àwọn kan náà tún wà. So ń gbọ́ kó gbọ́ idiot kó máa gbọ́. Ìwọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ sáwa, ó ti ya wèrè. America yẹn tí o bá pay ẹ ó jẹ́ wá sílé kó wá máa ṣiṣẹ́ lé. Ṣé Peter Obi ní kí n lọ tẹ̀lé? Yíbo ní kí n tẹ̀lé Hausa. Èmi kọ́là mi ò dẹ̀ kí n ṣe ọmọ àlè Yorùbá. Ọmọ ọkọ ni mí. Ṣó ti yẹ tó bá dẹ̀ ya idiot ṣó mọ̀ pé farabalẹ̀ ṣó mọ̀ wípé àmọ̀ràn wa látàbẹ́kúta. Mo mọ bàbá ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ ìyá ẹ̀. Ìgbà tí ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin bàbá onígi tó kọ́ ilé upstairs lágbolé tí ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn àti dáàdì tó ń parí ẹ̀mí ò kéré jù o lórí ọ̀rọ̀ olóbìnrin dé kò sọ̀rọ̀ olóbìnrin dé sọ pé ńgbà tó ní kọ́ parẹ́ tí dáàdì ẹ̀ dọ̀bálẹ̀ kan bẹ bàbá fi òrùka sí ẹsẹ̀ tó fi tẹ dáàdì ẹ̀ lórí sọ pé bàbá ẹ̀ ráre kù ní ò ní ṣoríire Amẹ́ríkà tó wà yẹn ò ní wọ́n máa gbókù ẹ̀ wálé ní èmi lòún lálẹ́ àbí. Okay, o ṣe mo ti mo fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ rè ṣó ti yẹ part 1 ni gbogbo ètò ṣe ń sọ yìí gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ tó ń bú wa lórí social media mi ò ní bú ẹnìkan ṣónú wọn á dára fún wọn káwọn máa ṣépè mo kàn fẹ́ mú ẹran tí nǹkan kan ní ṣó mọ wé ìrèké oníbùdó tó bá mọ̀ wé ìrèké oníbùdó tí Akin Ògúngbè fi ṣe fíìmù lọ́dún lọ́hùn wọ́n ṣe bí bíbélì ni bíbélì sọ pé ohun gbogbo ló ní ìgbà àti àkókò wọn kọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní bíbélì bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe wà nú ìwé ìrèké oníbùdó wípé àsìkò èpè àsìkò àdúrà àsìkò èébú tó bá ti tó àsìkò yẹn alágo nú ìwé yẹn pé àsìkò èpè láwa yóò àwa náà ti mọ̀ pásìkò èpè láwa ẹ máa ṣe fún wa pọ̀ gbogbo èpè yín pátápátá báwa ṣe rìn tó àdúrà ló jẹ́ à ń fi rẹ́rìn ni ẹni tí ò ríṣẹ́ ṣe lílo òyìnbó nú yín gbogbo yín kọ́ lẹ́pọ̀ nú ọ ẹni tí ò ríṣẹ́ ṣe lílo òyìnbó nú yín kò ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ ṣó ti yẹ yín Tinubu yẹn làwa máa tẹ̀lé Tinubu yẹn dẹ̀ máa wọlé. Olórí burúkú ni ẹwé farabalẹ̀ èmi ò against Yorùbá nation ṣé ìgbàgbọ́ Yorùbá nation ni wípé àwọn ń tàwọn ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n nìyẹn Tinubu lọ́nà àbáyọ tèmi Tinubu ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ tèmi nígbà tẹ́mi ò bá ti bí ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tí mi ò condemn ẹ̀ anybody ò lè condemn ọ̀nà àbáyọ tèmi lẹ́kàn ó ti ya wèrè gbogbo ètò ń sọ yìí Amẹ́ríkà ẹ̀ ló ti mọ ṣó ti yẹ gbogbo òṣì tó ń ṣe yìí anywhere any day anywhere any day Tinubu làwọn máa ṣe tiẹ̀ ṣó ti yẹ ó dàbí farabalẹ̀ jẹ́ńbẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ mo ti sọ pé mò ń rí kọ́ọ̀dù ẹ̀ dáadáa let me tell you lẹ́kàn ṣé bó gbọ́ pé mo sì kì í gbà kan àbó gbọ́. Okay, ní the first one tí mo sì kì èlò ló fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi tó bá yọ lórí burúkú ìgbà tábúrò mi ṣàlàyé fún ẹ pé mo sick Ebun Oloyede ọ̀rẹ́ yìí sick ṣùgbọ́n àgọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ that's number 1. Number 2 ìyàwó Tinubu yìí Rẹ̀mí senator Rẹ̀mí òun ló pe Àjàlá Jalingo nígbà yẹn tí mo sick nígbà yẹn pé oya ẹ máa gbé lọ sí teaching hospital ní Ìkẹjà lọ́dọ̀ máa ìchìkúnsìn Nurudeen olówó pópó of blessed memory yes òun ló ẹ̀dìbẹ̀ nígbà yẹn pé kọ́ tọ́jú mi ó tún wá pè níjọ́ kẹta pé báwo ni tí mo sì ní visa America tí mi ò bá ní visa kí wọ́n tètè arrange everything kọ́ máa gbé mi lọ pé Olaiya ò gbọ́dọ̀ kú so irú ọkọ̀ irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn á wá bọ́ tapò ń jáde màá wá jẹ́ ọmọ àlè máa lọ tẹ̀lé lómi ó ti ya wèrè òní sóríire ṣé ti yẹ I know ní ọpọlọ so you are not an intelligent person. Let me tell you one thing or there. Ṣebí ó wà láyé ńgbà tí Tinubu jẹ́ governor Lagos State. Ohun gbogbo lọ pẹ̀lú record ni. Ṣé le Tinubu kan ló liberate Èkó? Mo ń bí ẹni wèrè tó lọ dákúrò America tó ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣé Tinubu kan ló liberate Èkó? Lẹ́yìn Jákàndé kò tún sí governor tó bí ti Tinubu. Tó ti yẹ kò sí. Tó ti rú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wá jáde kó fẹ́ jẹ president. So ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ padà sí record ẹ̀. Tún wà àwọn product ẹ̀ bí Fáṣọlá kẹ́ padà sí record wọn. Ẹ wà àwọn product ẹ̀ Ambode àwọn product ẹ̀ sanwó gbogbo àwọn èèyàn àwọn tó rí wọn pé tó ń tún Èkó ṣe. Gbogbo ohun tó kọ́ wọn náà ṣe. Ọ̀dẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Record làwọn fi tẹ̀lé Tinubu ló tún Èkó ṣe Èkó dẹ̀ da ọ̀dà Tinubu yẹn. Bàbá Ọbásanjọ́ ò máa sọ sálárì fún àìmọye ọdún. Tinubu fún ara ẹ̀ máa ló rán Èkó ó máa fi ọpọlọ rán ẹ̀ ni. Later náà ṣe wà á jọ pé wọ́n ṣe wá ń consider wọn. Tinubu ìyàwó máa jẹ́ Èkó. Ọ̀dẹ̀ lè ní òkúrọ́. Sọmọ pa àtọrọ owó jẹ wá bá bọ́bí ẹ̀wọ̀ bí aláwa ò ní bú gbogbo ẹni tó bú mi lórí social media tó bú gbogbo wa lórí nǹkan tá a ṣe á dáa fún wọn. Ẹ jẹ́ kó máa ṣépè torí èpè yẹn ibi táwa rìn dé àdúrà ló máa jẹ́ fún wa kò lè túnú kan báyìí lára wa. Àwa ò dẹ̀ ní ṣépè fún wọn padà. Ìwọ lèmi máa dín pẹ̀lú ó yẹ ká ṣe kí ni. Okay àwọn ọmọ yín lọ́la èèyàn gidi bí kíni bí ọmọ kékeré. Olórí burúkú ni ẹ̀yin gbé tẹ̀ǹké náà nìyẹn ẹ̀yin gbàgbé ni wípé to rule this nation is not by age it's by experience and it's by good brain so ti yẹ America tó wà yẹn kí ni age Biden tó jẹ́ president yìí bẹ́ẹ̀. Olórí burúkú ni ẹ bàbá arábalẹ̀ sọmọ hold on ìkókó ni Biden tó jẹ́ president America. Olórí ibú ẹ̀ ò ṣe máa bọ̀ lé pé wọ́n ṣe gbá gbogbo síbẹ̀ pé òkè ń fẹ́ kẹ́rù mi lọ Nàìjíríà padà arúgbó lẹ́yìn store. Ṣé kò tó America ṣe àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Àlọ́ ya wèrè tẹ́ bá délé náà ẹ fi yarí ìṣètì. Oh man, fuck you man. Tọ́lọ́pàá bá da yín dúró ẹ máa sọ fọlọ́pàá pé don't stop me. What do you mean? Oh, fuck you. Mo tọ́ bí aláìyá èrè kò ṣe l'Amẹ́ríkà. Ẹ bá débi ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣì. Mo wá sọ fẹ́mi pé àwọn ń gbé Tinubu. O tí rí nǹkan kan àtiwọ́ àtàwọn tẹ̀ ń jọ ń ṣépè. Máa gun orí podium Tinubu báyìí mo dẹ̀ máa ṣe kí ni. Mo máa sọ gbogbo àwọn rẹ́kọ̀dù ẹ̀ tó ṣe tó fi wọ́ọ̀tì pé òun ni president country. Tó ti yẹ. Ó yá dúró. Wà fara balẹ̀ wèrè. Tẹ́dìbọ̀dì inú wa bá ti gbó lọ́wọ́ Tinubu. Ẹlẹ́dàá gbogbo yín kó ṣèdájọ́ fún wa. Tó bá fún wa lọ́la a máa gbà. Bí má sọ̀rọ̀ tán lórí fóònù pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sí ìgbà a máa gbà. Jákè sọ fún ẹ lẹ́kan Ògúnyẹmí. Ìwọ ni wọn ṣe change mọ́tò tèmi.
I'm so sorry that you just sat there. Possibly have no idea what is saying or what they are conversing and all that. I'll tell you a bit of that, okay? Just in a minute or two. You see that guy? That's the actor. Olaiya Igwe. For some of you who are non-Yorubas who probably have seen him. He's an household name, okay? Usually, these are people who have acted about bad politicians, movies about bad policies, terrible government, this or that, to tell people about, that. However, the scene you just watched was that of himself and his supposed schoolmates who saw his video where he endorsed Tinubu. And that was like, you are a Yoruba man. Why are you not passionate about Yoruba nation? Use your image, use your popularity or what have you to support Yoruba. And he said, no. Your own is Yoruba nation. I'm not against it. My own is Tinubu. So don't tell me what to choose. That one was now like, you are just a shameless person. You are so shameless that, and it was like, now let me tell you a story. He told a story. They said when he was so unwell, that it was Tinubu's wife who sent another actor, to fetch him. And they took him to a private hospital somewhere in Lagos. Private, like, And from there, she asked if he has any visa, American visa. And if it doesn't even matter. If you don't have American visa, they have to make one available for you because he must not die. So they believed that he could die. Even with their private hospital they took him to, he could die. So they had to take him out of Nigeria. And he is eternally grateful to them, to Tinubu. So his friend was like, okay, if Tinubu did that, if Tinubu's wife did that for you, it's good to be grateful. And you know what I mean? But does that then mean that you have to like give the future of the generation that are possibly going to come, that Tinubu and co are already ruining? So he sort of retorted back like, you are the madman. He's the best, this and that and all that. That is not being paid though. But if they call him tomorrow and give him money, after this video he's making, he will collect it. And that's exactly what happened. Do you know who called him? MC Olu. Watch this. A Nigerian legend, a Nigerian veteran actor, supposed legend. Person with me, they watch Oloyede, Mr. Money. And I've seen so many other movies and I've always been like, all these actors are better off. Ashe, they are just Egba, well-polished Alimajiri. Olaiya will break out to me, especially after watching this video. Because after that clip you watched, right? MC Olu called me like, you are a good guy, come here. May God bless you. And then this happened.
Bàbá gbàgbé bàtà o.
I mean, for somebody like you, will be poor person like me, you know, say all of us will be the team poor. If you come in and you say, hey, Mayegun, you this boy, come here. I'll give you this. Well, yeah, take this. I look, because now I look motor I buy. Sure, you get. My car is just a 2010 car. So which means my car is like 12 years old. So somebody like me, I wouldn't even go on the street and be like, hey, oh. Talk about an actor. I mean. I was like, man, although he's still acting, he's just putting up a show, but it's more than that. When home videos were the things of the moment at the time, the Nigerian, or let me say the Yoruba actors from Idumota, you know, they always take all their what have you to Idumota. I happened to, you see, myself don't hustle small. I don't do everything like person supposed to do. I don't be movie marketer. I don't be GNLD marketer. What else did I do? Yeah, I remember some of them. But like everything we official do to just get something. So I got to know about them. They were losing money. So the men were the marketers mostly. Only few women are marketers. And then the producers are mostly men as well. Only few female producers. Because if you want to, back then, if you wanted to produce a movie, you will need somewhere between 1.5 million to 2 million naira. I'm talking about late 90s, early 2000 and all that, millennium. So you will need something like that. Most of the time, some of the actors, our favorite actors, are big, or you know what I mean? Some of them actually probably get paid as much as 25,000 naira or 30,000 naira per movie. So that's what they actually live on, except for a few that ended up having, you know. But the problem is this, they lose all their money during the marketing selling to piracy. But you see, suddenly something changed. When they started introducing all these young women into the Yoruba movies and all that. Sorry, I'm an old man now. I'm getting older, okay? So if you are from the Indomie generation, all this I'm saying right now will just be like, what is he talking about? Some of us know when they started, okay? So when they started before you know it, some big girls started showing up. Do you know those who are actually like funding them? You will see the male actors. They look poor. They look like, you can tell that they're like trying or struggling to put up appearances. Even when they have done movies, big ones and all that, when you see them physically one-on-one, you are like, oh, is that Lere Paimo? That's Lere Paimo. Oh, Papa Lere Paimo. Apart from the fact that that man is looking good at the time, yeah? Well, like, I'm just giving an example, But you see the women, once they show up on the big screen, the likes of MC Olueron, or the others that are like you know what I mean? Once they say this one are the big one, so they get funding. They don't get funding for their movies from the banks. Majority of them have to self-fund their projects. Ladies started unlocking the funding for their movies. But men, struggling. Are you with me? So in the long run, there's something we have come to realize that these guys, they are also the products of the system that not only undervalue them, but they are actually part and parcel of that system that is undervaluing everyone because probably they have no idea. But somebody wait on the art movie for like 30 years, 40 years. Abba now, Aloku Bensi, you can't roll on the floor. Let me show you that again. Just 1 second.
Bàbá gbàgbé bàtà o.
So, that image you just saw there, for those who have been watching Yoruba movies very well, suddenly, to get the attention of the money bags, the politicians, the rogues who are controlling the level of the money and the rest. So in their movies, like the Fuji musicians, you'll be hearing actors, senior actors, supposed senior actors, they will be praising touts, thugs, politicians, and saying nice things about them just to get their attention. They connect themselves because they wanted that relationship outside the screen. Because the lifestyle, the standard of life that Nigeria has now, or they have brought upon themselves, in a way, or Nigeria has probably given to them, to survive it, you need a patron. It doesn't matter where the money is coming from. But the last thing I expected was to see a veteran actor, because of politics, to go naked. It didn't have to go naked. But some of you don't understand. If he could make a call that went viral and they gave him a used Benz, what if he walks naked? Maybe they'll give him a house. What if they now give him the house? And the same system that made him poor to become so poor that he will roll on the floor for a used car. I mean, Ololade Mr. Money. Okay. Maybe they'll give him a house. But would he be able to maintain the house? Would he have to sell the house when they can no longer fund his free medical care to America? Would he have to sell that to pay for it? I just never thought he's going to walk naked. I didn't see that coming. I don't think any of you saw that coming.
Ebun, Oloyede, Olaiya Igwe, mo wá sadie, a kì í rí di òkun, a kì í rí di ọ̀sà, a kì í rí di ọmọ onígèlègèlè. Ọlọ́run ọba o, torí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu mo ṣe wá pè é. Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, jẹ́ kó jáwé olúborí Ọlọ́run, bá wa gbé dépò, mo dìídì wá sí òkun láti wá bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún ìwọ Ọlọ́run ọba aláàánú jùlọ bí omi òkun iṣẹ́ pọ̀ tó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí ìwọ Bọ́lá Ahmed ṣe pọ̀, bí omi òkun iṣẹ́ pọ̀ tó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kí ìwọ Bọ́lá Ahmed ṣe pọ̀. Má jẹ́ kójú tì wá, má jẹ́ kójú tì àkànbí ọmọ olódò jẹ. Bọ́lá Ahmed Jagaban, òun ni kò jẹ́ ó jáwé olúborí, kó di president orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìyà tó ń jẹ wá, ìwọ Ọlọ́run wá ká gbogbo ìyà yìí kúrò. Mo dìídì wá, mi ò lè sùn mọ́jú, mi ò lè sùn mọ́jú, mi ò lè sùn, mi ò lè wó.
Why? He said, he's asking, okay, sorry, for those who don't understand Yoruba again. Now, that same naked, stark naked, I had to use something to cover that and do that. Mokuna help me look out to make YouTube no come later and say, you need to delete that video. You need to remove that video. I'll remove it, but they should just probably punish us for it. So I did my best to cover everything. When I saw that video, I said, when I woke up this morning, I said, have you seen that Olaiya's video naked? People say, oh, we haven't to share on your theory. Some of you on Facebook, you saw it before me. But you still wanted me to share it. Me that have been shadow banned by Facebook. They've shadow banned me for over 2 years now. Only 1% of you, less than 1% of you will actually receive notification that my Igwe is live. Simply because of this APC, Egbe, and those reporting my page. I asked, I said, I don't see this Olaiya Igwe. They say, we never see my Igwe poster. I posted it. Everybody just woke up. 1,000, 2,000. Kilo day. I'm going to delete it in 5 minutes. Somebody was even there reminding me, my Igwe is over 5 minutes now. I said, give me 15 minutes. When it became 15 minutes, I said, my Igwe is over 15 minutes now. You haven't deleted it. I said, no, delete time before the wishes come and take the remaining 1% of you who receive notification that my Igwe is live on Facebook. It was shocking. Shocking. I didn't see that coming. He could have done his prayer, but I'll tell you what he was saying, by the way. I have to tell you. It was by DC in Lagos or somewhere. Okay? And usually there is this mythical belief, sure you get, that you see that ocean, there is a spirit there, Mami water spirit. Okay? If you go there naked and you tell everything, you pray, everything you say there is going to come to pass. Honestly, like people they take down, they do their own runs now. Like religious, they will say, go there, we have to take you to Okun. Let's take you to Okun to go and wash your head so that you can find husband. Let's take you to Okun to go and wash your head so that you can stop having wet dreams. You know what wet dream? There's somebody they knock you for dream. You can never progress. So wet, you see all this thing now your heaven husband, that be your heaven wife. They can't they sleep with you every night. That's why they get wet. You did not lie. It's called wet dreams anyway. So people they run their things like that. So and most of us actually got to know that Okun is so powerful. Yemoja day inside, mermaid, very powerful. The Lagos mermaid have been a Okun mermaid, whichever branch. So people believe say mermaid day inside. If you go there naked and say, mermaid, you see me, oh, this is my request. If you want to destroy it, if somebody jilts you in Nigeria, they say, if somebody who was supposed to marry you jilts you and you want to punish them, that you just go to the ocean and you go naked and say, hey, wait, you don't jilt me. Oh. I say, yeah, he must not make him. Mermaid, mami water. This boy must not see husband, he must not see wife. I'll be all of that stuff, yeah. That is all the things we learn from the movies. The movies that Olaiya Igwe has been part of the producers. So it's symbolic, it's something, and it's catchy. That video, so what he was saying there is that he went to the sea, and he was calling on the spirits of the sea, and also on God. That God, I have come to you here today. I have come to this sea. It's like calling on the spirit of the sea, but he didn't go with the scripts. Because normal, if not the likes of, what's that guy name? Afolabi. That guy that is, you know Afolabi, that Afolabi guy. If that's the one, or Kunle Afo. Kunle Afo is my own favorite comedian, by the way. Now, one kind crazy guy, okay? So Kunle Afo, somebody like that will still do some incantation. But Olaiya no do incantation. You know, remember, I don't go with the script. So, but he was there, naked, asking he said, God, I want Bola Tinubu's vote to be as massive, uncountable as this sea. So that God, Bola Tinubu, can become the winner of the presidential election in 2023. And he can come and save us from this hunger, from this poverty, from this insecurity, from all of this that is happening to us as a people. So he was asking God, connecting their Nigerian God to the Nigerian Lagos Sea, main turn to votes. That's what he's saying there. But like I said, there are many of you watching me right now that You love Tinubu, you love APC, Egbekegbe. You wanted them so much that to waka and trek and do all of that may not even be enough. You can even start walking naked. But for now, you may be having clothes on, but so many of you are already naked. You know, when we say that you can never shame the shameless, we are talking about naked people. We don't know. Where Tinubu go and is talking, people laugh. Do you know what I mean? You laugh at people who are like clowns. Mostly clowns dress clownishly, or they talk foolishly like this.
They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
Again, if you are one of those, as you are watching me right now, if you are one of those that is also angling, jumping up and down for any of the charlatans parading themselves as those who are coming to rescue you, I'm talking about for your election, okay? I don't think in my own world you have any moral rights to really judge Olaiya, Igwe. Una, they pursue the same thing differently. Every one of you are doing something that is going to bring you back to the center of where your trouble started from. And when I saw people like Igwe, Olaiya, Igwe, I feel sorry for them. Even though it doesn't need my pity, it doesn't need my sorry or anything. Some of you don't even need all of that too. With all the choices you've made, Abby, you don't need anybody's pity. You don't need that. I still feel sorry for somebody like that. Because there is this superstitious existence in Nigeria that people kind of love to live with. And I've had to debunk some of them myself in order not to give the impression that some of you will probably be built on. And it's called false hope.